that I'm not trying to attack you, but that's just how I see it. That's the feedback I've received from members of my ward. And so I just wanted to quickly state that, and thank you for your consideration. But again, I'm voting no.
Okay, Commissioner Runberg.
Yeah, I had a whole statement I was going to read off, but I think the members of the audience have been reading my emails or something, because I've taken pretty much everything I wanted to say on it. So thank you to everyone there. I just want to say that this is I don't know if this is the word I'm looking for, if it's prescriptive or proscriptive, but this is about what happens in the future and what we can do to insulate ourselves. This is, to Commissioner Tenney's point, we might not have Director Owl standing in between us and the federal government come in the future. We might be unfortunate in that capacity. I have other commissioners that want to speak, so I'll reserve my last comment.
All right, thank you. Commissioner Morris.
I'm voting no. The reason I'm voting no is because I'm afraid of losing state and federal funding. We already don't have enough money for the issues that we have in the city right now. The reason that we have United Bridge Partners here is because we did not have the money to take care of our bridge issues already at that time. This is putting us even more at risk to risk more money. We don't have enough already. So I'm voting no.
All right, Commissioner Charlevoix. Oh, actually, I'm trying to go to commissioners that already have not spoken yet. So Commissioner DeWitt.
So as someone who works with CDBG money in my regular job, we're already making some contingency plans for when it gets cut anyway. We are expecting, and not hoping, but we are having backup plans because we think there's a higher than zero possibility that funding will be cut no matter what happens. And that's a realization we have to come to pretty quick. Other departments within the federal government have already been asked to cut funds almost to zero, including things that our citizens rely on. And I believe that this would, the action items in it mirror what the department's policy already is, and I think just gives us a speed bump for authoritarianism instead of just a rag to walk on. Thank you.
Thank you. And then Commissioner Charlevoix.
I just wanted to say this is not symbolic, it's significant. That's all.
Commissioner Runberg.
Call the vote.
Okay, is there any objection to calling the question? Okay, we'll do a roll call vote.
Okay, and just to be clear that we are voting on the updated resolution that was passed out before the meeting, not the one that was in your packet, just to be clear. Commissioner DeWitt.
Yes.
Runberg.
Yes.
Charlevoix.
Yes.
Morris.
No.
Prince.
No.
Coakley.
No.
Bernie Obershaw.
Yes, and amen.
Tenney.
Yes.
Hilliker.
No.
5-4.
Motion passes. All right, thank you. Enough. Thank you. All right. How much more business do we have? We have. All right. So let's rush. Well, the other option is taking a little break, but I think people have been taking breaks as we go along. So let's just keep rolling. Next item of business is regular agenda. Will the clerk please read the next item of business?
From consent, item 6, City Manager recommending contract with Tressimer Concrete and Excavating, LLC, Fenville, Michigan, for the 2025 CDBG Sidewalk Replacement Project in the amount not to exceed $220,000.
Is there a motion? Commissioner Runberg.
I move to
It's approve.
approve. Thank you.
Second, or Commissioner Prince.
Yes, I second.
Okay, discussion. Commissioner Bernie Overshaw.
Yes. I would like to send that back to the desk of the commission. I would like to, reason why is because, to staff, the reason why is because every year we've been using that the CDBG funding, it's been always, every year, sidewalks and curbs. That funding money is to be used for lower to moderate neighborhoods, so we can use that for streets. Also, we can't use it for roads, but we can use that for sidewalks and streets and rehabilitation, that sort of thing. So I know that we have that $5 million, so I'm hoping that, we can just, why don't we refer this back to staff, kind of sit on it for a minute, and then decide, because it's that $220,000, see if we'll put it aside for a minute and see if we can kind of utilize it for streets, for some potholes, or do something else with it. Just kind of, can we refer it back?
So you're making a motion to refer. Is there a second? I do not see a second, so that motion would die. So Commissioner Coakley, discussion.
Isn't this money already set aside for sidewalks and it wasn't for streets?
You can ask through the chair to get an answer.
Yes, please.
Yeah, Rachel, can you come up and explain where this came from?
So yes, there's money. This money was set aside for sidewalks. It's part of the sidewalk funding that was set aside. We do have $500,000 from the CDBG that's going towards local streets. We'll be doing that construction this summer. We're in the middle of design right now.
So my question basically, thank you for coming up, by the way. So this money was already set aside for sidewalks, so we're not taking it from the streets to put it to sidewalks. It was something that we had decided was going to go for sidewalks.
Correct. There was money set aside for sidewalks, money set aside for streets.
Thank you.
Okay, question.
Okay. Oh.
So,
Okay, yeah, the chair recognizes Bernie Obershaw.
I'm tired, I'm ready to get home to my corned beef. Okay, question, will we know, are we going to have a list of the streets that will be getting done?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear what you said.
Will we be getting, the commission getting a list of the streets that will be getting done?
They were already in the capital improvement program, and they're online. They were in the capital improvement program, and they're online.
It's online. Okay, thank you.
All right. I'll set Commissioner Charlevoix.
How did we decide which sidewalks get done?
It's a good question. We actually,
You decide that? Do you decide that?
in 2021, well, along with Debbie and Josh and other people, 2021, we did an inventory of all the sidewalks. Someone walked them. They had iPads. We marked all the trip hazards, all the problems. We have a heat map to show what we're doing. The last 2 years, we've done projects in the 4th Ward. This year, we've got a really strong section in the 9th Ward that needed some help, and since we're already doing work on Smith Street, we thought it would be nice to be able to combine all that together.
I guess maybe Bernie was asking about fairness about around the city, different sidewalks getting done. Do you think that's being done fairly?
Yeah, we used to go, we used to use the CDBG money ward by ward.
You know, I
So we're
remembered
still-
that, and that's not the case anymore, is it?
Since I've been here, we haven't hit the 4th Ward. Last year was the first time we hit the 4th Ward. Since I've been here, we haven't had the 9th Ward yet either. So since I've been here, we've done 7, 6, 5. So the 4th Ward we did hit for 2 seasons, and then this one's in the 9th. So
So it used to be we'd go ward by ward by ward each year and do work in each ward.
Right. As funding became
But now it's random, more random.
Well, we're looking at where our largest needs are. We have a really bad area. If you look at our heat map that shows where the bad sidewalks are, We have a really bad section in the 9th Ward. We had a really bad section in the 4th Ward as well. And we thought we would just wait on the 9th Ward until we started the Smith Street project. So it's based on where the worst sidewalks are.
Okay, thank you.
All right, Commissioner DeWitt.
I just wanted to note a email I got about this, and I know that these funds were set aside for sidewalks, so I'm not trying to back that out, but who said effectively it was convenient that this is happening where the fire station was closed with CDBG funds, because that resident is of the belief that this money for CDBG should go after fire. I understand the capital improvement plan, the process and everything. I just wanted to note that was a concern that I was given.
Okay, thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Bernie Overshawn, then.
When you said that the streets that you were doing, you're doing them randomly?
No, we have 4 streets, and we're going to add another street if we have funding, depending on the bids come in. So we'll use the CDBG funding. If we can get the bids low enough, we'll also add some ARPA and local streets funds to be able to do 5 streets. And I believe it's about 6 blocks total right now, and it is in the census block with the highest percentage of low to moderate income.
Okay, can you get that for me? Because I'm wondering, when's the last time you did any streets in the 3rd Ward area?
Columbus Avenue.
Yeah, we did Columbus, year before last or last year. Without seeing the ward map, we've really been spreading the projects around everywhere. It's based on, also a lot of other factors where we have utility problems, where we can get grants, where we have other safety hazards.
Commissioner Shirley just asked you you went from the 1st Ward to the 4th Ward to the other wards. I was just wondering when had you...
So, Commissioner, maybe we can get
The
the
street-
list, and maybe that'll be helpful so we can see where they're at by ward.
Is it the streets or the sidewalks?
Probably both. Maybe we can have a list of what's been done. Is that what you're asking, Commissioner?
I think she's
Yeah.
asking for streets.
Yeah, I was just wondering, when's
So
the last time you
those-
did streets in that area?
This CDBG money,
Yeah,
when Debbie was putting it together, we looked at the census block that had the highest percent of low to moderate income. It wasn't a matter of, spreading it here and there because we only have a limited amount. So we're going to be able to do a few blocks, and if we tried to spread that out, it would cost us more money. So we're trying to hit some areas right there in one area.
yeah, the 3rd Ward is one of the lowest. So please, get me a list of that if you can.
Yeah, it's online.
Yeah, and let us know. I'd like to see the streets if you could. Let us know which ones that you will be doing in the 3rd Ward community. Thank you.
All right, Commissioner Prince.
Okay, we've had a long evening. I promise this will be quick. So you said you rate sidewalks on criteria, I'm assuming on a rubric, when you're kind of trying to find that heat map?
We did an inventory in 2021. We are working on, our GIS coordinator is working on a new system to be able to get a better location and a better rating for those. But we also look at the impacts it's going to have the community, what other projects we have going nearby, a lot of other things. Is this an area where we have a lot of water main breaks? Well, we don't want to do it right here, right now, So, and it has to be in a CDBG area, obviously, and we do keep it in a small section, again, so we can save some money with it.
Okay, so you're taking a holistic approach with it when factoring in other factors?
Correct, yes.
How often are you expecting to do that inventory? It sounds like 2021 was the first time. Is it going to be every 5 years, every 10? Is there a plan on that?
2021 was the second time, and what we had was a problem with our GIS program, the way it was done, getting the updates in, that kind of thing. So once he's able to get that put together where we can make updates in there properly, and we can, maybe hire some students or something during the summer to be able to walk it. Until that's done, I don't want to do another run on it and not be able to make the updates yet.
Okay, I appreciate it. Thank you for being here so late.
Thanks.
Hey, Commissioner Rundberg.
Yeah, it's just a quick and easy one. Is that the heat map, is that the same one that the Pacer dashboard is, or is that somewhere else on the site?
Which map? For the streets?
I'm looking at the Pacer for sure. I was talking about sidewalks, so I'm sorry.
We don't have the sidewalks online.
Okay, thank you.
All right, any other questions? Okay, we'll take a roll call vote on the motion.
Commissioner Rundberg,
Yes.
Charlebois,
Yes.
Morris,
Yes.
Prince,
Yes.
Coakley,
Yes.
Bernie Obershaw,
Yes.
Tenney,
Yes.
Hilliker,
Yes.
DeWitt,
Yes.
9 yes.
Motion passes. Clerk, read the next item of business.
From consent, item 10, Planning Commission meeting minutes, 7/17/24, 8/21/24, 9/18/24, 10/16/24, 11/20/24, recommendation receive.
Is there a motion? Commissioner Prince.
Motion to receive.
Is there a second? Commissioner Morris.
Second.
Discussion. Seeing none, roll call vote.
Commissioner Charlebois,
Yes.
Morris,
Yes.
Prince,
Yes.
Coakley,
Yes.
Bernie Obershaw,
Yes.
Tenney,
Yes.
Hilliker,
Yes.
DeWitt,
Yes.
Rundberg.
Yes.
9 yes.
Motion passes. Will the clerk read the next item of business?
From consent, item 11, Zoning Board of Appeals meeting minutes, 4/9/24, 8/13/24, 10/8/24, recommendation received.
Is there a motion? Commissioner Coakley.
To receive.
Commissioner Rundberg.
Second.
Discussion. Seeing none, roll call vote.
Discussion.
Okay.
Wanted to do, because you have, this is, I don't know with this, whoever wrote this, the clerk, because she has on 11, it says zoning board of appeals meeting and minutes. And then the communication, city manager, that for 12, it says city manager presenting the planning and zoning department annual report. Now, what I'm seeing here, it's the same thing, it's a repeat, but I'm the liaison for the zoning department. They haven't had a meeting. They haven't had anything, because every time they make a meeting, they cancel it the day before the meeting, and then they make another meeting date, and then when it's time for us to go, they make another meeting date. But yet and still, I see they have the annual report for us to approve. And so what I'm saying here, until they really have a meeting, I don't understand why this is even sitting here.
Okay. Just real quick, I know some commissioners want to comment. So these meetings are from 2024. I was liaison. I actually attended those meetings. So you weren't the liaison at that point.
All right,
so-
but when it
For the
came
minutes.
time for the hearing for those meetings that you were at, they were supposed to have a hearing for those affordable, there was a planning for the affordable housing that was supposed to happen in January. They were supposed to have that hearing.
For the ZBA?
Point of order on what we're talking about. With these minutes, it was brought to my attention that they are going to try to keep the minutes more timely now, since the last time we talked. These are from last year, and all we're doing, they're just late getting them on the agenda, so we're just approving those last year minutes. There's nothing we could change there. It's the next one you want to talk about.
No, I'm not.
But that's what we're on.
Okay.
So we want to get this one passed, then get to the one you want to talk about.
No, I'm not talking about that.
Okay.
Commissioner Coakley, I am talking about the affordable living that they were having a.
We're talking about the
hearing.
minutes, so we want to keep
We're
it.
talking,
Pass the minutes.
we gotta vote on it.
Yeah, but they
So Commissioner,
them.
wait,
Right, we gotta do the first one.
all right, yeah, Commissioner Tenney,
Call the question.
is there any objection? Seeing none, roll call vote.
Commissioner Morris?
Yes.
Prince?
Yes.
Coakley?
Yes.
Bernie Obershaw?
Yes.
Tenney?
Yes.
Hilliker?
Yes.
DeWitt?
Yes.
Runberg?
Yes.
Charlebois?
Yes.
9 yes.
Motion passes to receive. Next item of business.
From consent, item 12, City Manager presenting the Planning and Zoning Department Annual Report. Recommendation receive.
Okay, is there a motion? Commissioner Bernie Overshaw? Well, we have to make a motion in a second to, Commissioner Coakley.
Motion to receive.
Is there a second? Commissioner Runberg?
Second.
All right, now into discussion. Commissioner Prince?
So real quick, I think I understand what your concern is that how can they refer a plan to the city manager for us to receive if they are not meeting properly? Is that your issue?
No.
Okay, all right, well, regardless then, my question is, there is a difference between the Planning and Zoning Department and the Board of Appeals for zoning, correct? And that's a question to the city manager.
Yeah, I think we could have Terry come up and kind of explain what this was, because this was done at the last meeting for the Planning Commission in February 19th.
Thank you, and I promise that I will be brief in my question.
Okay, good evening. Let me first state that the Zoning Board of Appeals only meets when a case is received. That is something where somebody has come in to get either a variance or a special use. We have public hearing requirements, and the meetings are not canceled the day before. When the filing deadline has passed, we send out an email letting those board members know whether or not there is a meeting. So that is not done the day before. The planning report is looking back at 2024 and what accomplishments there were. The different tables list the cases for each of those different meetings. Specifically for the housing project, that has all expired, both the Planning Commission special use approval, excuse me, and the Zoning Board of Appeals approval. So those cases do come back to the Planning Commission. The architects and the Housing Commission are working on that. There'll be public hearing notices when we do get the application, and we'll have a public hearing with public comment at the public hearing. So that's the three different scenarios on the question.
Thank you.
Okay,
Wait, Commissioner Bernie Overshaw, okay.
okay, Mr. Multane. I am one of the liaisons for the zoning board. So I'm just gonna take it back because I got your letter that came and your email. And it stated it talked about the affordable living apartments that were going to be built on Washington Avenue, I think, in that area. And you were going to have a hearing. And Mr. Bonanzac, that sits on that board, and I had an argument about the situation because I said that the people weren't of that neighborhood. No one had informed them that there was going to be zoning so close to that area. So, you know, for these buildings to be, these affordable apartments to be built. So my question is, that hearing, I never heard anything back. So I'm wondering, this was in February, was that hearing had in this commission? And if not, are you going forward without having that hearing here in commission? Because zoning, since January, they have been canceling every meeting. I have not been to one, so I'm asking you, are they trying to go on with that without having a hearing?
Again, the cases are specific to an application. So if an application is not received, if nobody needs a variance, then they are not holding a meeting. There's no reason for the ZBA to hold a meeting if there's not an application for an actionable item.
Mr. Motain, I'm looking at where it's saying that we were to have a hearing here in these chambers. I'm asking you, are they still going ahead in building on these apartments? Or they're not called apartments, it's, you call them lofts. And then it was stated, the people were supposed to, one question. The lady, I don't know what her name is, I'm gonna look it up here. She was supposed to post this.
Commissioner, I know you have a question.
I'm
I think
just
you're getting, I
saying-
think you're getting things confused is the
Okay,
problem.
I'm not getting it confused.
You are
about these
absolutely-
lofts because they're not low income.
Okay.
But I'll just
Hold
pull
on,
it
hold
off.
on, hold on.
Point of order, let's get this, I'm sorry, I missed something.
Yep, so you sit on the zoning board of appeals. It's, those hearings go before the planning commission.
Exactly.
But you're
So
not-
what
are you a
I'm saying
liaison to the
is
planning
I'm
commission?
hoping they didn't pull
Well-
this, they didn't try to build anything because they are supposed to take it back. Zoning, this is supposed to be a
Point
hearing.
of order, I'm not sure where we are, I'm.
So I think Commissioner Bernie's asking about the water, street lofts, and there's a public hearing that's supposed to have happened. Is that correct, Mr. Motain?
Right here in Chambers,
Let
Dennis
him answer.
Bonanzac and I had.
Let him answer, Ro.
We had two public hearings. One was a special use for the downtown Water Street lofts. A public hearing was held here.
Let him finish.
Wait, Commissioner, he's answering the question.
Okay, I'll keep answering. So the Water Street lofts was the downtown project. It was a special use because it was 4 stories high. When they were at 3 stories, it was a site plan review, so there's no public hearing. Anything that is indicated in the city zoning ordinance as a special use requires planning commission action, taking a decision under the authority of the Michigan Planning Act to make those decisions. The project that you're referring to in the email that you are referring to is actually an email regarding 1113 Center Avenue. It was not a low-income project. You had put that as a comment. That was not the case.
Mr. Motain, don't play coy with me.
We're going to respect staff.
Yes, yes.
Otherwise, we're going to
Okay.
cut you off.
No, we can't go.
Okay, I'm asking you again, Mr. Motain. There was a, it's called a low income, or as you call it, an affordable apartment or loft. You call them affordable lofts. All I'm asking, there was supposed to be a meeting or hearing here in February. I'm not going to ask again. We'll just have to come back to it. But I was just asking about the planning and zoning. I'm tired. I was asking you about that, and I was wondering, did you reach out to the people of the neighborhood to let them know that you were going to be zoning in their low-income neighborhoods and putting this building there? Do they know that their homes are going to be zoned in? Do they know that?
Can I answer? Okay. The public hearing notices all meet the Michigan Planning Enabling Act. It clearly spells out the public hearing process. We do 300-foot notifications, so we develop a mailing list based on the 300-foot mailing list. We advertise in the Sunday or a newspaper, the Bay City Times, that is the public hearing notice for the Planning Commission and also for the Zoning Board. So any meeting, any decision is published if it involves a rezoning, a text amendment, there's a list of other things. They're all public hearings.
Mr. Multate, can I ask a quick question? So if we didn't follow that process, could somebody challenge that in court and then, if we don't follow the correct law?
Sure.
Okay. So we have to follow those processes, otherwise somebody could take us to court and challenge those. So is that correct?
That's correct, and we're doing things the proper way.
So this is, so we're talking specific to this report though. So we're kind of getting off topic. Commissioner Prince.
Call the question.
All right, is there objection? Seeing none, please call the roll.
Commissioner Prince,
Yes.
Coakley,
Yes.
Bernie Obershaw,
No.
Tenney,
Yes.
Hilliker,
Yes.
DeWitt,
Yes.
Runberg,
Yes.
Charlebois,
Yes.
Morris,
Yes.
8 yes.
All right, motion passes. Will the clerk please read the next item of business?
From consent item 14, mayoral appointments of Garrett Whaley and Jeffrey Dodick to the Midland Street Management Board, terms to expire June 30th, 2027.
Is there a motion? Commissioner Tenney.
Move to approve the item as presented.
All right, is there support? Commissioner Morris.
Second.
Second, thank you. All right, discussion. Commissioner Runberg.
Yeah, how long do we keep applications? I think we keep for years, what I read in the packet. Is that correct?
That's my understanding. I don't know the exact time frame. I am, just a quick update, I am still reviewing. There are 6 total openings, so there'll be 4 after this, and a couple have withdrawn, and I'm still reviewing several others, and so the application is still open for additional applicants.
Okay, and the reason I ask is I have 2 members of the Midland Street Management Board. They, I believe they've applied multiple times, and it seems like they keep getting overlooked. So I was just curious what kind of process or what kind of thinking goes into choosing who is best fit to fill that role, especially if they've submitted applications multiple times.
Yep, I'm kind of, I kind of inherited like all these openings, so I'm trying to get a couple in here, and I'm still, reviewing each applicant, having conversations. We have some former applicants or former board members that have served on that are interested. So basically, there's no set process per se. It's the mayor's choice on what to put forward or who to put forward, then with commission consent. So that's kind of the process.
Okay, all right, thank you, that's all I had.
Any other discussion? Commissioner Coakley.
Can I call the question?
You can.
It's called.
All right, is there any objection? Okay, roll call vote.
Commissioner Coakley,
Yes.
Bernie Obershaw,
Yes.
Tenney,
Yes.
Hilliker,
Yes.
DeWitt,
Yes.
Runberg,
Yes.
Charlebois,
Yes.
Morris,
Yes.
Prince,
Yes.
9 yes.
All right, motion passes. Madam Clerk, is there any other business?
That is it.
We are adjourned.
Staff, thank you. Thank you.